With what?
I don't know, just started.
Morning. I decided that maybe, okay, so we got home about 2 a.m. on Saturday night, went to bed, got up at, I think, 8, and I actually felt really good yesterday. So I'm wondering if I'm going back to before. See, I'm a person who doesn't, when I have too much sleep, I get crabby. Weird, I know. Just another notch in the list of things that Angie's weird for. And so when yesterday we woke up at 8, and I felt really good yesterday, I'm thinking maybe me getting too much sleep is also part of the reason that I'm so freaking tired all the time right now on this 75 hard journey. So I went ahead last night before I went to bed, and I set my alarm so that it would go off at 6:15 instead of 6:45. I think that helped this morning. It just gives me a little bit longer time to wake up and get all of my brain cells in order. Well, I don't have very many left. And then, so, I mean, I feel better this morning. What's it? Is it 8 o'clock? It's probably 8 o'clock right now. Do a little walk and kind of walk out all these muscle aches from chopping that piece of wood up yesterday. And then on to sewing. We went and got some insulation last night, so hopefully that will be the first step in getting the shed to be cooler. It costs a lot of money. It is what it is. It's more than I expected, but definitely is needed if it can help keep that shed cool. And I don't know what else. My child is making faces. Yeah, I was trying to think of what else we're doing today. Last night I had a good conversation with my daughter. They went and looked at a church to see, like, that's kind of where they were planning to go have their wedding. So they went and looked at a church, and I don't know. My daughter showed me last night she's way more of me than I give her credit for. There's a bunch of rules, and not that it's not rules in general that are irritating to us. It's irrelevant rules, or rules that don't make sense. A blanket rule that, nobody's allowed to chew gum in school because some people can't be responsible and put it and they stick it underneath their desk. It's rules like that. So at the church, because they are a good Southern Baptist church, you're not allowed to dance. And I can understand not having dance party dance, but they're not allowed to dance at church. What? No alcohol. Well, there's not going to be any anyway. And anyway, so then they got a printout of like the guidelines type of thing. Well, it says on there, like number 5 is you can't do what's in section 4, paragraph 7, article 3, whatever, but it doesn't have that section listed. So it says you can't, you have to follow the rules in this section, but it doesn't give you the rule. And so my daughter was kind of ticked last night, and she said, this is just kind of, it's irritating. And so then I think it was the fiance that said, what, you don't like rules? She's like, well, it's not that I don't like rules. I don't like irrelevant rules. And that's really irritating. And I'm sure they have a very good reason for it, because it does say in the Bible, worship the Lord joyfully. Anyway, so she's also in the little bit of like You know, she's still waiting to see if they get the apartment. She doesn't want to get married until she knows where they're going to live. Totally get that.
Hello, Chopper.
Yeah, they came over this morning, didn't they? That sort of thing. So she kind of had little overload moment. And I was like, welcome to what my brain is like all the time. I literally have about 8,000 things going in my brain at all times. I said, yeah, we'll get there. So pick one thing at a time and execute. I'm big on that word this year. I'm turning around. And so that's what we're doing. We're picking one thing. We got a few things in the front yard picked up the other day. He told me that none of this is, or is it just all junk? It's pretty humid out here today, or more humid than it has been, but it's gonna be high of 97 today or something like that. And then next week, supposedly, well, we have chances of rain. Let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or something dumb, but it's less than a 50% chance every day. So although we could use the rain, I also don't want the rain because I really need to get my well done. And it kind of looks like they need to do it in the next couple days in order to get it done. So we actually haven't even figured out exactly where it's going to go yet. We have a pretty good idea, I think, but we were hoping the builder would come out to give his opinion on the issue. He has not gotten back to us yet, and we are going to go out probably tomorrow night and see if we can kind of stake off where we think we want our house, and that'll kind of help the situation. So get ready to do that. I have to call 811, which you can do it online. So I did online, and then they said, sorry, but we need more information. I'm like, well, send me an email and ask. That's why my email address is there. I don't have time to be on the phone with you. I don't get signal very well in the shed in my workshop. So I'm like, I can't call you at 8 o'clock at night when I get back in the house. There's a lot of businesses that don't understand stuff like this. Having the kids go and give like a copy of their driver's license and social security card to the apartment people. She's almost never there. They've gone so many times to that front desk and that woman's not there. Now, I'm sure she's walking around doing other things. Okay, but how am I'm not going to hand or leave there an application that has social security numbers on it. His family says, oh yeah, we'll just, like stick the copy of it in the slot, and just like, when I said, well, like, does the slot go in a locked door where nobody can, it'll go in the door far enough where people can't, get it out? Taylor goes, well, I think so, but I don't just think you should leave that laying around. I'm like, yeah, because anybody with the key to that door can walk and get your information. Now, anybody with the key to that door could also get anybody's application information. There's, I'm sure lots in there. But I've always kind of told her to be just a little bit cautious about things like that. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter, throw it in there. I'm like, oh my goodness. So then Taylor's like, okay, are you teaching us to freak out for no reason? Is there a reason to freak out? I'm like, yeah. Do not leave your social security number and a copy of your driver's license laying around anywhere. I said, if you get in a situation like that, you can fold it and put it in an envelope, seal the envelope, and throw the envelope in there, because then nobody could just walk by. The way it is, if you happen to stick a piece of paper in there and it would flip over, you can just walk by and look, it's a glass door, and see people's information. So yeah, I told her not to do that. And that's something that keeps kind of proving my point of, I try and teach my kids, we learn for life. We don't learn for tests, or just the government says I should know the Pythagorean theorem. Fun question. How many times since you learned that in school have you used it? Anytime? You just randomly sing the song in your head? I do, but that's because I'm weird. But I don't use it. It's just a fun little song that I get to sing. to annoy all my friends. And then they're like, oh, what's that for? It's like, never mind, you don't need to know. It's irrelevant. There are so much in schools that is irrelevant. And the point is proven by the TV show that was popular a couple decades ago, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And the question is, probably not. And the reason is, well, not in the way that the game show is asking, because it's all fresh in the minds of the fifth graders. And then you realize that when you become an adult, none of that matters. That's what you should get out of that show. None of it matters. And yet the stuff that matters, how to buy a house, how to buy a car, how to calculate insurance, that you need insurance, how to shop around for insurance, how to find an apartment, how to file taxes, how to survive, how to garden, how to raise animals, how to any of that, how to practical stuff, cook, bake, sew. Now, in general, do many people sew? No, but it is nice to know how to put a freaking button on if you have to. So why? I'm not big on why. Why are they not teaching any of that in schools? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, just me? Okay, think about it. That's your think on this week. Why? He's pointing out spider webs and walking away.